Hello everyone, today we are going to do Environmental Studies Part 1 of Standard 4. This is lesson number 3, Storage of Water. This is part 1 of the video. So let's get started. Rain. The rain is the only source of water for us. Not all the water that we receive is available for us to use easily. Some of it flows over the ground in the form of rivers and rivulets. We all have seen rivulets in the rainy season, isn't it? They look so charming, so cool and so beautiful. Some water gets accumulated in ponds and lakes also. This surface water can be used easily. Large amount of water which seeps under the ground or into the ground, it is difficult to use. So in this picture, can you see where is the surface water? Yes, this is the surface water which we can see above the ground, that is the surface water. And this is the groundwater which is below the ground, which we cannot see. Rainy season lasts for 3 to 4 months. Along with us, all living things use this water throughout the year. Like the animals, the birds, we need to give the plants also, even if they are potted plants. Even the other plants, they need water. The fishes, they need water. In general, all living things need water. If we waste water by keeping the tap open or by putting sprinklers in garden, and if we do not store water, we will not have water for our needs. So we must use water economically as well as save it. Now how to use it economically? Yes, we should not open the tap while we are brushing the teeth. We should use a water can for watering the plants. We should use a bucket instead of the shower, so that water is less wasted. Now traditional methods of water storage. Traditional means old methods. In the olden days, several methods of storing water were used in our state. Nowadays, these water stores are rarely used. However, their remains can be seen in all places. Water in some of these stores never gets depleted. Depleted means they never finish or never ends. कभी नहीं खत्म होते. Wells. Some rainwater seeps into the ground. Wells are dug to obtain this water from underground. Water tanks in forts. People lived on the hill forts in the past. They also needed water. The forts had reservoirs and tanks dug into the stone so that the people living on the fort can use the water. Now if you see in the picture, the first picture is of Shivneri fort. We can see water accumulated in the tank. Then this is Janjira fort in the middle, and Raigad fort. All had storage of water. Do you know this king? Yes, he is Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Now why I am showing you his photo? I am showing you his photo because he constructed many hill forts, but he gave the following instructions for the construction of hill forts whenever a hill fort was constructed. What instruction he used to give? A fort or hill fort should be built after first finding out if there is water in the place. If there is water, then only a fort hill should be made according to him. If there is no water, then reservoirs and tanks should be built by breaking the rock. That means a place should be made for accumulating or collecting water. 2 to 4 reservoirs should be constructed for storing water. Water should be well protected. See, our king was so smart and so intelligent, even he believed in saving and using water economically. So even we can do that, isn't it? The next is draw wells or ard. In the past, draw wells were dug to get drinking water. They were small wells from which water was drawn using a small pot, pohra, tied to a rope. So the pot which was used to draw the water was called pohra. These draw wells had water all year round. They can be seen, or these draw wells can be seen in many villages. Do you know which state map is this? Yes, it is the map of Maharashtra. And the colored part is Sangli district. Why I am showing you Sangli district? Because a place in Sangli district, Atpadi. Can you see this? It's there in Sangli district. It has many draw wells, or it had draw wells in every vada. Now what is the meaning of vada? Vada means large big houses. The people who lived in houses, in all the houses they had draw wells. But when the tap water system was introduced, the draw wells went out of use. Many were sealed. Now there are very few left in Atpadi. So we saw in Maharashtra's Sangli district, Atpadi, we had many draw wells. We had draw wells in all the vadas or all the houses. But due to the introduction of tap water system, these draw wells went out of use. Rivers and bunds. Earthen or masonry bunds are built across rivers to store water. Now what are bunds? Bunds are the small earthen walls built across the channel of a river. So a wall which is built across the river, it acts as a partition to save water. Old reservoirs. Now what are old reservoirs? Let us see. Reservoirs were built in areas of low rainfall or in areas without a major river. If a major river or a river was not flowing across the area, reservoirs were built. Most of the reservoirs were built using stone and mortar. Can you see this picture? This picture is of Ban Ganga tank, which is very famous. It is in Mumbai. It is also old reservoir. The next is old tanks or haud. Earlier, tanks were used to store waters, or large tanks were used to store waters. Some large cities still have these old tanks. Some of them are still in use. Recent or the modern methods by which water is stored. So let's get started. Now the first one is dam. Dam is the most important of all recent water storage method we are having, that is dam. Dam stores huge quantities of water. Because huge quantities of water can be stored, more land was brought under cultivation. Now if more land is brought under cultivation, what will happen? Yes, cities will grow and develop. So because of dams, cities develop. Then it became possible to set up factories. So more factories came up. It became possible to generate electricity with the help of dam water. Now in Maharashtra we have several large dams. Now I have given pictures of some dams. Let us check out the pictures. This is Jaikwadi Dam. This is Koina Dam. This is Ujni Dam. And this is Yeldari Dam. Now let's see bore wells. Now in the olden days we had wells. Now what is the difference between bore well and well? Now wells were dug to reach water which was underground, but the water which was deep seated, means very down on the in the earth below, where it was not possible to reach with the help of a rope like how we did in wells or draw wells. These water which was very down, we cannot reach over there, so bore wells were dug to draw the deep seated groundwater, so that the water which is very deep seated under the ground, that can be removed to the surface, bore wells were dug. These bore wells were very deep and narrow, and the water which was very down, after digging the bore well also, to bring it outside on the surface, nowadays electric pumps are used, so that the water comes easily to the surface and we are able to use the water. Panpoi. Have you seen panpoi? Yes, we all have seen panpois. Now what are panpois? Panpois are drinking water stands. In some places, big clay jars of drinking water are kept. Why it is kept? It is kept for the use of thirsty people who travel. They can drink water from this panpois. This water is free of cost. It is set up by individuals or institutions. These panpois are very useful in the summer season. Now let us see the problem of Savni and Amya, and let's try to help them with their problem. So let us understand what problem they have got. Savni and Amya get tap water in their house. As a result, the water from the draw well, which had been used since the old days, is not used any longer. Because of this, grandmother is upset. Suggest how Savni and Amya can use the draw well water for purposes other than drinking. Now they have a draw well and they have a tap in their house, so it's not possible for them to use the water now. But grandmother is upset. So how to please her and how to use the water which is there in the draw well? So can you think of some solution of this for this? Yes or no? Yes, we can use this water now, not for drinking. It's not possible to drink that water. So how we are going to use the water? Come on, let us see. We can use the water for gardening. For putting water on the plants, we can use the water. Then we can give the water to animals for drinking. We can keep it for birds also for drinking. Then we can give the animals a bath, our domestic or pet animals. We can bath these animals with the help of this water. Then cleaning the house. We can use the water to clean our house. Washing clothes. For washing clothes, we can use this water. So these are some of the methods by which we can use the water, draw well water. Instead of leaving it as it is, or instead of wasting the water, we can bring it to some good use. So I thought of this many methods. I hope you will find more methods of using water. So in short, we should not waste water. We should save water. We should use water efficiently. So I hope you have understood the lesson. We'll meet again in the next lesson. Till then, bye.